everyone, Amanda here from scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're crafting on the hop. I've got a general idea of what I want to do and we'll see where it goes. So I've got this paper bag. It was given to me by my friend Victoria. She borrowed some stamp sets and returned them in this, and of course straight away I was like, ooh, I can make something out of that. So it's just a standard paper bag. You can take this idea and use any kind of paper bag. You know, you can buy them cheaply, or you know, I save them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to trim just under where the handles are there. So I'm doing it by eye, and I'm just going to trim it. I'm using my Stampin' Up trimmer, which really shouldn't be using, because I really should be savouring the blades, but hey ho. Okay, so that hasn't gone all the way through because it is quite thick, so I'm just going to trim where it's missed with a pair of scissors. I'm not too worried if it's not perfect, and that bit there I'm going to part with. I don't need it. Right, so here I've got the bottom of my bag and I've got my opening here. Right, so what am I doing? I don't know. Right, so I'm going to line the inside of it here, so let me grab my ruler and see what it measures. It measures 5.5 by 7. So I want this 5.25 by 6.75. Okay, just adjust your sizes to suit your own, whatever you've got. I've just gone down 1/4 inch shorter on the length and on the width. Okay, and I'm going to stick that there. And then I'm going to layer this part here with some beautiful pattern paper. I'm using the Bird Ballad. So, do I want that one or do I want this flowery one? I'm not too sure yet if I want that one or that one. Not sure. What's this one here? I quite like this one. That won't fit. Will this fit? I've got random sizes of paper. I quite like that one, I think. Yeah, I like that one, so we're going with that. So this measures, it's going to be the same. It's going to be 7 by 3. 7 by 3. So that means I want my paper to be 6.75 by 2.75. Okay, which bit of the birds do I want? I quite like that bit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it so that I've got that bird there, and then I'm going to turn it around because I want to keep those birds. So 2.75. There we go. Yeah. So I'm basically cutting the bit to suit myself. Okay, so those are our layering parts. So let's get those attached. I'm just going to use glue. These are just lovely little gifts. We're going to make a card to go inside as well. Okay, but I'm going to show you a quick way of doing it. So we're going to make a card to go inside, and I'm also going to add some of the tags that I've made previously. You'll have seen a previous video where I've made some shabby chic tags. There's a video on this. I'll leave a link in the description box below. I'll put it as the suggested video. Super easy to make, and it's all going to coordinate then, you see. Okay, I'm not decorating the back. You could, in fact I will. I'll do it properly and I'll decorate the back. Okay, just remember that your sizes might vary. This is running out. Your sizes may vary to mine because your bag will be different. So just measure your bag, and then for your DSP layers you just want to measure 1/4 inch smaller on the width and on the length, and then it will lay in nicely with a nice little border all the way around so that it looks pretty. Okay, give that a press. So we want it to dry. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so I will layer the back since I've got this plain paper. So this is measuring 7 1/8 by 7. Awkward, you would do. So 7 1/8. So I want it 1/4 of an inch shorter. So that would be 6 3/4. Right, I just had to pause it then because my phone went. So 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. So it's 6 7/8 that way by, what is it that way? 6 and 7. We'll just do it 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. Doesn't matter if it's not exact. That'll do. That's the piece I've got left. Okay. So just measure the back and then just adjust. Just knock a bit off. I get distracted when my phone goes and it sends me all of a diz out, but I have to answer it when it's my husband, or else basically he'll sulk. But it's like he's got a sixth sense. I can sit here all day long making cards, just pottering about, never rings. I switch the video on, switch the camera on, boom, it rings me. I'm sure it does it on purpose. Right, okay, I've got my focus back now. So we've layered the back of that. So that's nice and tidy, it's nice and coordinated, and it's added some strength as well. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my crocodile here. And I'm going to punch a hole and kind of eyeballing it. I really should measure it. Shall we do it right and measure it? Let's. If I can find a pencil, I will. Alright, okay. So we're about 7 inches, aren't we, with this bag? So we want it at about 3.5. So there. Okay, if I do a circle on that dot. And then it'll be nice and right, won't it? Okay, I just need to move my guide back a little bit and punch. And then to strengthen the holes, you know, not everybody has eyelet setters and things like that, but what you can get and what everybody can get really easily are these little doodads that you can pick up pretty cheap from any stationers. Okay, not everybody has the metal eyelets, but everybody can get those and they look just as nice. Right, so that's that bit done. So now I want this pocket to look really pretty. So what I am lucky that I have in my stash is some pretty lace. So I'm going to add some lace to my pocket. Now if you don't have fabric lace, what you can do is you can punch, you know, a border punch. Use a paper border punch, something like that, and add that instead. Okay. I want it about there. So I want to cut it to about there. This is not very good for cutting lace. Okay, but it's meant to be shabby chic, so if it's a little bit not perfect, doesn't matter. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that. So I've got my flap there, I'm going to fold it back. I'm going to see whereabouts I want my lace peeking out to. I want it about there, I think. Okay, so fold it back, have a look whereabouts that is, and I have got my hot glue gun on. So I'm just going to run a line of glue really quickly there. And then I'm going to just very carefully, without burning myself, attach my lace. And then I'm just going to lift it back and I'm just going to just add a few blobs of glue just to tack it down. so it's not all flopping about. As I say, if you don't have a lace, you could edge it with some pretty ribbon. You could edge it with a, like I say, a paper border punch. Okay, so I just wanted some lace on mine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to run some hot glue just down each edge. And I'm using hot glue so that it's quicker for the video. I don't like using hot glue on paper. I'd use wet glue, but I want it to, I've got to be quick basically. Okay, and hot glue dries really fast. So there we go. Alright. And that will have created us a little pocket. So this is where I'm going to put my little tags that I made the other day. You can go back and have a look at the video. I've done a video on how to make them, okay? So they go in there like that. So now we just want a little card to go inside. So here's a quick way to make a card. I did also cut some templates. You could put big tags in. I'm running out of time. I've got to go and get my little girl from school soon. So I'm using the Magnolia Lane Memories and More cards and envelopes. They're ready made. They've got this lovely silver border. They're already cut, they're already scored, and you've got the matching envelopes. I mean, how easy can it can't get any easier. Other than, you know, us coming and making your cards for you in your actual house. These products make your life so much easier. Now they do come with this envelope liner, so I've stuck some glue on. I'm just going to slide it in, get it central, and give it a press. You don't have to put the liner on if you don't want, but look how pretty that's made that envelope. Okay, just make sure you don't have any glue peeking out, and there's your envelope done. Alright, so now we're going to do our card. So it's ready made, is this card really, to be honest. So I'm just going to measure this panel. The inside of the panel is 3 1/8 by 4 1/4. Okay, what am I going to layer it with? I'm going to layer it with the same paper as on there. So here I'm mix and matching my products. I'm mix and matching the Magnolia Lane with the Bird Ballad. You know, you can mix and match. I've forgotten that measurement now because we're waffling. 3 1/8. So I want that to be, we'll do it 3. And I want these birds here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop that off first, and then I'm going to go to 3 there to make sure I get the exact birds that I want. And then the length, so we've done 3 by 4 1/8 I want. Okay, so I'm going to go down here. Let me just trim a right little bit off of there, and then go to 4 1/8 to make sure I'm getting these birds in my line of sight, as it were. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very lightly distress the edge of this because my blades are going and my edge on that paper there is a little bit ropey, but I'm going to make it part of the dance, as it were, and I will distress it. Okay. There's no such thing as a mistake in crafting, just a happy accident. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flick over it with some, this is actually just got Rocco Rose on. I've just grabbed it from my desk with whatever ink it's got on it, and it'll go nice enough. Okay, so now I can add, I've picked up the empty glue. I haven't got time for empty glue. I haven't. Right. So, let's just zoom in ever so slightly. We're quite zoomed out there, aren't we? So I'm going to stick my panel of Bird DSP there. Like so. Beautiful. All done and dusted. And then what I'm going to do, I'm a bit obsessed with these. And these are the well-written dies. I can't stop using them. I'm not going to lie. So let's have a look which one we're going to have. I love them. Wishes. And I've just cut these out. I think this is actually very vanilla. Hooray. What have I got? Friend. Let's have friend. That's nice. Let's just move those out of the way. And this is going to look really lovely against this kind of craft coloured card base here. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to stick that right there on the bottom of there, like so. Okay. Could have done with a little bit more glue there. Let's have a look. Let's just put a tiny dot more glue there. Okay. There we go. Alright, there we go. So let's just clean the desk a minute. And then that beautiful card then can go inside my beautifully decorated envelope, which I've glued shut. I haven't glued it shut. I can then put that inside my envelope. And it all looks beautiful after you've written, you know, happy birthday or whatever. And then here I've got my lovely little gift bag, and that will slip inside there. And you could even put a gift in there, you know, maybe a gift card or a book token if your friend likes to read, or a gift card for Starbucks or Costa or wherever. And then we're just going to finish it off with some of the beautiful variegated ribbon. I'll just cut a length randomly, and we can put this in here, and we can tie ourselves a really pretty bow. And I think I love altering things. Whenever I look at something, I am always thinking, what can I make out of that? What can I turn it into? And here we've just dressed up a very simple plain paper bag. Well, we have, if I can, my fingers are sticky from the glue, so it's sticking to the ribbon. So let me just sort that out. There we go. I'm going to stop faffing because I could faff there all day long. And then what we'll do is we'll just trim the tails in a pretty manner, like so. I'll probably redo the bow. When I switch the camera off, I'll probably redo it. So that it sits a bit nicer. But there you go. An altered paper bag. We've got some lovely little tags in there and a little pocket, and then inside we've got that lovely beautiful handmade card, but it's been made easier with the Memories of More Magnolia Lane ready-made cards and envelopes. So there you go, give it a try. Super easy, super shabby chic. I'm loving it. Thanks for watching. I'll leave all of the details of everything that I've used over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Bye.